Hi and welcome on Fab Armory. Today we're gonna talk about a budget deck list for the format Blitz for Bravo right here. This budget list is aimed especially for the players who just want to take a hero that they like because of the artwork, because of the gameplay, to start the game, and they don't have all the majestic, all the legendary, and they really want to play that hero. Things first, I advise you to go check the how to play video of Flesh and Blood of Tolarian Community College, because he explained really well and simply how the game is played, and you will catch up on some technical term that can be useful to understand when I'm talking about the card in here for the deck list. Speaking of the deck list, this one is available just under in the description. And if you have any suggestion or question or cards to replace, you can just write me in the comments and I will answer you. Okay, let's dive in. So Bravo, he's one of the first 4 heroes of Flesh and Blood in Welcome to Wrath, and he's pretty easy to start with, like all those 4 heroes, being the Ninja, Warrior, and Brute. So it's really good to start with them because the technicality are not so big to understand the game, which come a bit more and even way more in the next set, like Arcane Rising for, by example, the Wizard, and now the new set of Monarch with the Blitz deck, which we gonna open those Blitz deck when they arrive here, which is pretty soon, in a few days here, and I'm gonna analyze those decks and if you should pick them up and which one you should pick up. So we're gonna make a video about this. So let's go with the Bravo. So his intellect is from 4, he has 20 lives, so pretty classic here. He's a young hero that you use for Blitz, right? So he's an action, so for 2 resources until end of your turn, you attack action with a cost of 3 or greater, which is really important, and the cost it's here and the pitch value it's here. So most of your cards in Bravo will have a cost of 3 or more, actually. Although your attack, actually, if I'm not wrong, have 3 or more. So you give it Dominate, and after you can go again, so you can play a card after this action. So what is Dominate? Dominate is a pretty powerful ability that makes your next attack that it cannot be defended with only 1 card of your opponent hand. So mind you, they can defend with the arsenal, and they can defend with the equipment. But more the game is going, more is getting harder for them to block, since they already use the equipment to block once or twice your attack. So Dominate is a really strong effect. After we have the weapon, so Athenos, really good weapon here, of cost of 3 to attack, or for 4. So 4 is pretty important number in here because most of the card will defend, we can see here, for 3, some defend for 4, but that's pretty rare actually. So you will maybe have 1 or 2 damage that will go through, or they will have to use 2 cards to just defend your Athenos attack. And his ability is that for if you pitch 3 card with a cost of 3 or greater, it will gain 2 attacks. So attack for 6, which is a really strong attack already, especially in the end game when the opponent will have less resources, right? Because Bravo is a deck that will defend a lot and just punch a huge attack in the face of your opponent at one time. So for the equipment, I use a Helm of Isenpick, really good card for Warrior. It defends for 1. It has Battle Worn. So Battle Worn is that you put a counter of -1 on it. So when it at 0, it cannot defend, but is not destroy. Remember that. So you can defend 1 time, and after you can do the action and destroy it for 1 resources, and your a hero will gain 1 intelligence more until the end of the turn. So it means that you will draw 1 more card at the end of your turn, so you will end up with 5 cards, which is a huge advantage in Flesh and Blood. And you can on the next turn of your opponent defend with 1 more card, or you will have 1 more card on your next turn to play a huge attack with to add dominate on it. So this is really good equipment. Next one is the Heartnut Cross Scrap. So this equipment is really good. It defends for 0, right? But it's really good for Guardian, because you will have, so you destroy it, and your next attack action card, you play the card, will cost 2 less to play. Go again. So this means that you can do pretty much the ability of Bravos for free for this turn, right? So you destroy this, you play the ability of Bravo, and your next attack will cost less too, and will have dominate. So this is a really good card in Guardian, and for Bravo especially. And for the arm, I use Goliath Gauntlet. Defense for 0 also, but his ability will is that you can destroy it, and the next attack action card with a cost of 2 or greater, which is all the attack of Guardian, will gain +2 attack this turn. So that's really good. Iron Rod Leg, really simple equipment, defend for 1, Blade Break. There's no better equipment right now for Bravo, so you can use this one. The new rune set, so that's when you play against a wizard, you will put all the 4 because it's really important. And after, for by example, if you play against a Rune Blades or Viscerai, and he do his arcane damage through the Runchant, and those Runchant hit you 1 at a time, so you can have only 1 of those equipment. So maybe you can put just the boots against a Viscerai to defend all the arcane damage that he can do on 1 turn. So remember this. So now we can go on the red pitch card. So the first one is Debilitate. So it's 4 attack action. This deals 8, so it's a pretty huge attack already. And if you realize it's cost 4, and the ability of Bravo costs 2. So this in total will cost 6, which is the pitch of 2 blue cards. So it fits pretty good actually. So you can give dominate to your attack pretty easily, I will say. So if this one hits for 4, is Crush. If it deals 4 more attack, your next opponent attack will have less -2 attack. So it's really good because you will punch in the face, and in the return next turn you will take less. So you can defend better. Next one is Cartilage Crush. It's a 3 cost card for 7 attacks, so it's pretty good. And if it deals 4 damage, the next first action that the opponent will have will cost an additional resource. So it can be quite annoying if they have quite a plan to do, set of cards they want to play, and this can really screw their turn easily. Next one is a Buckling Blow, also an attack for 8, and if this one deals 4, you put a -1 counter on the target equipment, so you can destroy quite good equipment. By example, the Mask of Momentum for the ninja, or the Tunic of Friandal that have Blade Break, so you can break them with this. Next is the Attack Reaction Pommel, really good card that you will see a lot in many decks. It's a card that you attack, a new opponent will choose to defend or not, and after you can use it as an attack reaction, and it will add 4 attack either on Atheros if you attack with it, or you will specially do on the attack action card to push those 4 more damage, and like this you will enable Crush, or on them, and especially they will have to discard a card if it hits, which is most likely. Next one, it's the Sigil of Solace. So it's just an instant that costs 0 and you gain 3 life. So it's just life gain to survive. Same here with the Blessing of Deliverance. So the Blessing of Deliverance is an aura that, so you play it, and if in your pitch zone you will have a cost of 3, a card with a cost of 3 or greater, you will draw a card. So it's good. It replaces itself already. I have a go again. And on the next, beginning of your next turn, you destroy it, and you will really reveal the first top card of your deck and gain 1 life to for each one with a cost of 3 or greater. So you get 2 life in a minimum all the time, pretty much, or you're unlucky. So it's a really good life gain. After, for the yellow pitch, I use Debilitate, also in the yellow version, because it's a pretty strong attack, 7 for 4, and its effect is pretty good. So after you have, we go on the blue pitch card. So also a Debilitate here. I will put it here. After you will have Crush Confidence. So you will not use so much the blue card as attack, or you don't have anything else to do. You want to use the red attack here, or the yellow one here, to target your enemy, and use the blue one to pitch. So it's for that you will not have a good value of attack for the cost in the blue pitch version of it. So for here, the crush is that the hero will lose all his hero ability for the next turn. It's pretty good, but it's not amazing, I would say. So it's for that we use it only in blue. Cartila's Crush in blue version. After we have the Emerging Dominance here. So at the beginning of your action phase, you destroy this is again an aura, and you will give your next attack +1 at Dominate. So you prepare your attack, right? You put this on your turn, you have nothing to do, you just let this happening, or you defend a lot, you just have this card, you play it, you finish your turn, and your next turn will be really threatening for your opponent, because you will have Dominate and +1 for free on your next attack. So this one is a pretty good card to prepare your next one. Blessing and Deliverance in the blue pitch. After we have Towering Titan. So this is a card that is from Crucible of War. So you might not have it, right? And I would say you don't need to spend the money to get it now, because even the rare card in Crucible are a bit out of price, in my opinion. But you can replace this card by another blue pitch card, especially with a cost of 3 or greater, right? Don't forget this. Any will do the trick. But if you have this one, you can put it, because it's a pretty cool card that you prepare again your attack for your next turn. If you can pitch it right enough for it, and it's 9 here. And your next attack will have +8 attack. So if you add Dominate to this, I mean, pretty much killing him, right? So it's a pretty fun card, I would say. After we have Unmovable, that will defend you pretty well. So that's a pretty generic card that costs 3 to defend for 5. And if you play from the arsenal, it defend for 6. Another defense here, it's the Stouch Response. So it's a 2 to play defend for 5, and you can play 4 more, which doesn't happen so often, to add 3 defense. Here we go to the most, I would say, maybe expensive or the rarest card of the deck, which is Showtime. So I decided to put it in this deck because I think to get it around is not so difficult. The super are now pretty cheap. I think you can get this one for 2 or 3 here, I would say euro, or few dollars, I guess. So, and it's a pretty strong card for Bravo, because you can go to pick up a Guardian attack action card. So you prepare again your next turn, you roll it and put it in your hand. and on your next turn you will destroy this and draw one more. So what's gonna happen is that you will have one more card advantage on your next turn to be able to put a big attack out that you just went to pick it up on the turn before. So it's really a good my good advice to have this card, to invest a bit into it, to have to start the deck with it. After we have disable, so this one I have a crush. The crush effect will put their arsenal card under the bottom of their deck, so it's pretty strong. Crush the weak, not so amazing, I would say. Maybe against ninja, or will have really low cost action, attack action. But you will have a really difficult time to get those 4 damage, or you go with a pummel here, right, to get them through. And like this, their next turn, it's a bit dead because they cannot play card that have a cost less than 3. So ninja is a really good target for that, or a warrior also. After we have Choke Slam, also this one will hit for 6, and if it does 4 damage, their next attack action card that your opponent play, they cannot gain more attack on it. So pretty good, but again you will use this as a pitch value. And again, blocking blow in blue. There you go, we end up this deck here. I will give you a few maybe advice to what to look for if you really like Guardian and you want to continue and you want to get this deck a bit better and stronger. So the first card you will look for is to have 2 copy of Crippling Crush. It's the card for Bravo. It will attack for 11 and you will pitch it for 7, 9 with the Dominate. The Crush effect is pretty insane. They will pretty much end up with no end. Either they defend with all the cards, or they will lose 2 cards at the end of the turn. So this, I would say, is the first one you can try to pick up. After you will have some, the next one is the Spinal Crush. I think this one is also not so expensive if you want to invest. And now more and more a box of Welcome to Wrath are being open. So this will not be so expensive in the near future. Really good card also that have a crush that will stop all the card of the opponent to have go again. So you can even see on the picture, it's really against Ninja, he's having a hard time here against Guardian. So I would say this one is a good card to see. After you can try to find one Remembrance, pretty good card in Guardian, to shuffle again the attack that went through. So that's a pretty good card to think about. Then the last and not least, if you really want to put budget, I would say Tectonic Plating is a really good card to step your game up with Guardian. It's a pretty strong one, and it's really good for the competitive play if you want to play with Bravo, because what it does is that once per turn you will for 1 resource create a seismic surge token, and this will actually, it's this. So the surge token is that on your next turn, pretty much your first attack action card will cost 1 less resource to play. So you will reduce the cost of those big cards, and you can do this turn after turn, right? You can just if you still have 1 resource that you didn't use for the turn, you will use it to create 1 more token like this, and it will be destroyed on the next turn, and you can again do another one. So remember, you cannot use this resource to pay for another one, you need to use a resource to pay to do another seismic search token. That's all for me for today. So if you have again any question or a suggestion, you can put it in the comments below. A reminder, the deck list is available in the description. I hope you will have some fun with Bravo. Launch big attack to your opponent, crush their face. That's what is fun about it. And I will see you soon for the Blitz deck opening and analyze that I will do in the coming days. Since I received them, when I receive them, I will do the video quite quickly. Like that, you can think about it and see which one you want to pick up. So that will be arriving soon. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you soon.